Hey everybody, welcome back to another tutorial with your casual keyboard guy. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Start off this week with a classic, man. When I say I love this song, wow. So, this song is being sponsored by a good friend of mine, Sarah, and I appreciate the support. And she requested "Rocket Love" by Stevie Wonder. So we're gonna get into this song. Very pretty song. A lot of nice melodies in this, and of course I'm gonna teach you casual keyboard style. All right, let's go. And play a little breakdown or a little run through. Then we're gonna break it down. Come on. Verse. Then gave me a stop and a half a mile from heaven, and you have me back down to this cold world. You got me running, I reckon you gave me a stop. Nigga, half a mile from heaven, and you drop me back down to this cold. Hey, there's a lot of violins and stuff going on, but basically, piano's chilling. Half a mile from heaven, and you back me back down to the. You drop me back down. Something like back to the top. I'm about to do a key change. Ah, messed that up. Where we at? There we go. Oh my god. There we go. This ain't this a half step. Alright, so that's pretty much the whole song. I messed up a little bit on the transition, but it's the same chords, just a step up, but the same chord. types. Um, it's a step up. Anyway, let's jump into it. So basically, this song starts off with this beautiful melody, man. I mean, my goodness, so beautiful. So we start off with this nice melody, and the keyboard player is playing the melody and the chord. He leaves some notes out, but I'm gonna give you what you hear and kind of what Stevie is singing for the most part. So we're gonna start on this E flat, A flat to B flat. So it's E flat, A flat, B flat. First three notes. And then we're gonna go to the A flat, to B flat, to the D flat. So then we're gonna go to the B, to the D flat, to the E flat. And then come down, D flat, B, and then B flat. So and then you do the same thing, same one, and then and then the last time you go, and then you just do like it's like a little chord structure you got to do. So it's just so let me show you the chord. So one more time, do 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 do. Second part, do 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 do, and then you just I'm gonna show you how it comes in. Okay, so let's look at the chords. These chords are crazy. I can't sing. I don't know where that riff came from. So anyway, here we go. Uh, so the bass is starting on D flat. Okay, I don't know what this is. Out of here. D flat. So these are the chords. You got a D flat minor 7 13. Stevie is the man. So you got a D flat in the bass, B, E, and B flat. B, E, B flat. With a D flat in the bass. First chord. So I'm gonna give you the chords and I'm gonna show you how to put it with the melody. First chord, second chord is gonna be whoop, D major 9, sharp 5 over E. You can't see that because the keyboard is in the way, but that's just the E, like over E. Okay, so you got E in the bass, D, G flat, B flat, and D flat. All right, second chord. Do 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 do. Now the next chord is a little bit easier to hear. So it's just a B chord over A essentially. So you got you got A in the bass, you got G flat, B, and E flat. Okay, third chord, and then you got A flat, 9 sus 4. You got A flat, D flat, G flat, and B flat. Do, 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 do. All right. So let's take it from the tizat with the chords. Do, do, do. So what the bass is doing, it's doing octaves, and then it's doing like the 5. So like this. So there's a lot going on. So it's going from D flat, A flat, D flat, E, B, E, A, E, A, then A flat, E flat, A flat. So with the chords. And it's gonna be hard to play the melody with the chords. So even if you just play the chords and sing the melody, that probably will be easier. But I'm gonna show you how to do it. But I'm gonna give you the bass and the chords right now. Here we go. this chord. It's the chord I didn't teach you yet. So this is gonna be a E flat seventh, flat nine. So you got E flat in the bass, E, G, B flat, and D flat. Okay, this is the second part. I forgot about these two chords. So you got E flat in the bass, E, G, B flat, and D flat, and then you just bring the E down to E flat to resolve it. So like that. Okay, and this is on the second half of the line. And we're gonna go into the next part later. So anyway, let's do it again. So you got and, and okay. So real slow. One more time. And 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 then the second part, and then we're gonna go into the next change. So let me put the melody with that. Okay. So we got the way you play this, you play the melody, and then the top of the melody is the top of the chord. So you got then you bring the rest of the chord in. Okay. So watch this. That's the top of the next chord, right? So it's top of the next chord, right? Top of the next chord. So where the melody lands is the top of the chord. So what you do is, bring the chord. See, I'm bringing the chord down once I play the melody. All right. And that leads you into the next part. So I'm going to play it real slow with the melody. Here we go. And now we into the next part. Now the next part is this nice little, oh man, I love this melodic part. All right, so let me teach you that part. So that's all off of A flats. Okay, so you got A flat in the bass. The chord is going to be, so it's basically B, E, and then B flat, right? So what you're doing is you're keeping these two notes in your hand, this B and the B flat, and you got this middle note kind of moving up and down. So let me show you. So you playing the B with every note like this. So you're going. It's a basic little pattern. So you got the B is staying down. You're just going up, almost like James Bond. Okay. So it's da 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 da, and you playing with this B at the same time while you hit on the E flat. So it's a lot going on. So just take your time. So the other part, this B flat. Okay. So you're going. So you're doing these two notes hitting that B flat. So boom, B, boom, B, boom, B, boom, boom, B, boom, B, boom, B, boom. So I'm making the melody like this specifically to make it easier, because he kind of plays around with this part with, like, he does other stuff, but this is, to me, is an easier way to play it, and you'll still get the same idea. Okay, so So every time I play the chord, I'm hitting the B flat after that. All right, so real slow. And then the bass is kind of just pedaling. Okay, so we stop here on the first one. So I'm gonna play you that again. So just to be clear, don't forget the two notes on the left, the top note. Then you move up to the E with the B, back to the B flat. Then you got the E, B with the F, then B flat again, and then you got B and E twice. So all right. So let me show you. So let's go from, because after this is the hardest part of the song. So once you get through this, everything else is pretty easy. Stop here, and then that's when he comes in with singing the melody. So you see how I stopped on this chord. So now this bass I'm doing, I'm kind of doing the bass like when I'm doing this, I'm kind of doing a bass with this movement. So I'm doing a bass with this movement. It's hard to do, but you can just let it go. You can just hold the bass. See, whichever one is easier. So you can either hold the bass or you can play the bass with this movement. So you take your pick which one is easier. Either holding that bass. All right, so let me give you, what's the other part I want to show you? Okay, so once he comes in with the melody, this is Stevie singing. You still the same thing. And the second time, instead of stopping here, they come back down to the E. So they go. Okay, so they go. Just come back to that movement. So one more time. This is the second. This is when Stevie comes in with the doo-doo-doos melody. All right, let's take your time. And so now from this part we're into the verse. So hopefully you understand that last part. So the first ending of this part is. That's the first ending. And then when Stevie is singing, the ending is. All right. Hope you can get that. I know it's tough. Just slow it down, rewind it, practice it. You'll get it. All right. So let's move on. So now we're into the verse. And the verse, guess what? Is the same movement. So you got I looked at you since I was born. All right, so you got that same movement. Looked at you since I was born. All right, same movement, and then you got this chord, and there you were. So you got this B, E, G flat, and A flat. So the G flat, non sus 4. All right, so you got B, E, G flat, A flat with a G flat and a bass. So you got just bouncing that. What's this part? So you got what is it? yeah, and there you were. Then you got boom, boom, boom. All right. So let me show you how that comes in. And there you were. So that's how that comes in. And then you go back into it. And so much more. Now we stay here this time. All right. Same chords. And then he goes, you took me right in the record and gave me a stop. All right, so that's gonna be G, A flat, B, and E flat. Okay, with an E and a bass, so E major 9. Real simple. I told y'all guys it's simple from here. Um, we got to do another. Well, I'll tell you when we get there, but for the most part, it's just pretty simple. All right, so you got this E major 9, G flat, A flat, B, and E flat into this chord. All right, so we got this E flat minor 7 flat 5, so you got an E flats in the bass, G flat, D flat, G flat, A and D into this cold world, D flat, G flat, A flat, D flat, E flats in the bass, and then we go to. So basically, you're just taking your A and bringing it up to B flat, and we change your bass to A flat. So cold world, bring your A up to B flat, same other notes, okay, and you got the bass in the A flat non-sus4, and then you're gonna take this chord up to this, so A flat triad, but you got an E flat on the bottom, A flat C, and then E flat on top, okay. So into this cold world, you took me right in the record and gave me a stop, then heaven, you bring me down to this cold. Now the second time he goes, so you got this A flat sus4. This takes you back to the little the second verse. All right, so that's gonna be D flat, E flat, and A flat over A flat. Okay, so I'm gonna play the whole first verse. So here we go. Boom, boom, boom. And this E flat is the hits. I don't know if I said that. It's just E flats on the hits. Just bouncing that bass. And then you got me running in the record, give me a step. Then I have this cold world. You took me and gave me a step. Then you got, remember? Then back into the groove. Verse, second verse. That's what I run. And then we're gonna do the hits on E flat again. Hits. Same thing. Back to the E major 9. The violins is doing some crazy stuff. So they doing some crazy stuff there. So basically, I don't know what they're doing, but it sounds like something is like something like that. So if you want to play that, there you go. So A flat, A flat, G flat, E flat, something like that. Have fun with that. But anyway, so and then we got the sus again. And then from this part, from the second verse, once you get back to the sus, which is the second ending of the verse, we go back to same thing at the beginning. Then we're gonna modulate. Now the modulation. So the modulation is going. You going. So once you hit that last, what is it? Right when we go to this part for this chord, so it's going to resolve to an E major, E flat major. So we're going to do like that. So it's going to be E flat G, B flat, and E flat. So one more time. Okay. And then we're going to be into the modulation, which is going to be this. All right. So it's the same type of chord, but just a different key. So you got so remember we was right here. So basically, I'm gonna show you how it moves. So this goes to this. Then you take the B to C, the E flat to E, the B flat to B, and now we in the next key. Okay. So you got these double A's, and then you're doing the same movement. Remember? So it's the C with the E, C with the F, C with the G flat, and then the B plays off of the chord. So boom. Okay. So you got same concept. C E B. Then you got the F C F, then the C G flat, then back down. And the same concept with the bass. Or you can hold the bass. All right, either way you choose. All right, so and then it's the same thing. He's singing a passion burning in your eyes, whatever. Now this chord is gonna be so you got a C F A let's see, how did I give you the other chord? What did I do? Oh yeah. So we'll do it like this. You got C F G A. So you got over G. So G non-sus 4. C F G A with a G in the bass. So boom. And then you got the movement. What is it? What is it? Bum bum bum. Now this time you're gonna hit the E for the hit. So let me play that whole part. It's the same thing as the other key, just different key. And you were. All right, what is it? Bum bum bum. All right, sorry for giving you stuff different. That's how I played it in the other key. So one more time. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. And then we back at it. And so much more. Let's hold this chord. And then be going. You took me working in the market and gave me stop. So this chord we got the F major 9. So you got G A C E, G A C E with F in the bass. Okay, G A C E. And now they kind of do this little. So we're gonna do F major 9. So basically, essentially, all we're doing is taking the G from down here and putting it on top. Look like I did a lot, but basically, I'm just taking this G from here and just putting it on top. So all I'm doing is changing the G. So basically, these 3 notes are staying the same for the most part. You know, you gotta kind of like change your hands, but I'm doing a thumb, pointer, ring, and pinky, and then I'm doing the thumb, pointer, ring, and pinky up here. Okay, same fingers, but I'm just opening them up. So same fingers, G, pointer, ring, pinky on these. Then I'm doing, I'm sorry, thumb, pointer, ring, pinky, and then when I go here, I'm going thumb, pointer, ring, pinky. Okay, so to me riding in the rock stop. Rapping in the middle, you don't drive me back down to this. So you got this E minor 7 flat 5. So you got D, G, B, D with E in the bass. D, G, B flat, D. Sorry, B flat. So you got this chord, and then we go up to the A bass, and then remember you take your B flat and make it a B natural. Okay? And that's gonna be D, G, B natural, and D, and then you're gonna go up to the A. E, A, D, flat, E. So let me show you again. You got me running in the record and gave me a start. And I haven't got me down to this cold, hey, okay. So the E minor 7 flat 5, and then you take this one note, bring it up to this, but you gotta change the bass to A, and then you play A chord, and that's the whole song. So you took me, what is it? Rockin' and a rockin', gave me a star, and I haven't. Let me see, rockin' and a rockin', gave me a star. I haven't drive me back down to this cool you took me rockin', gave me a star. So that's pretty much the whole song, guys. And that little, that's just A, B flat, A, G, E. So that's, I mean, that's not exactly what they're doing, but you know, you could play that off of the E if you want to get fancy, but you really, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. Casual Keeper, guys, signing off. Like, share, subscribe. Show your boys some love. You get fresh tutorials every week. You know you gotta love this content. Signing off. Love y'all. Peace.